So what happens if you skip breakfast? And on the other hand, what do you gain from eating a good breakfast? Let's take a look at that. Mornings are often a little bit stressful because in a short time you need to shower, get dressed, wake up the kids if you have some, pack the bags, and then you also need to eat breakfast. And that makes breakfast a tricky meal because of the time pressure. Again, when it comes to breakfast, maybe you have little time to eat, you have little knowledge of what to eat, and maybe you don't even have appetite in the morning. It is called break fast for a reason. You break the fasting that you have performed during the night. So after a good night's sleep, the metabolism in the body is resting and the breakfast wakes up the metabolism. There is rumor that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but research is not that clear on the matter. So also there is no clear evidence that eating a breakfast is connected to weight loss. Then again, other research points to the risk of missing out nutrients if you skip breakfast. So it's not black and white, so what to believe? I personally highly recommend eating breakfast, preferably with some whole grain, maybe some fruits, and maybe some dairy products. I cannot present the perfect breakfast to you because there is no perfect breakfast serving. Nutrition is complex and you should see your food intake as a whole instead of focusing on one isolated meal. A good indicator of what is good for you to eat and also the amount of energy you should eat is to look at your activity level. So let's say you are a construction worker, then you probably have a more physical job and you need more energy. Breakfast is important, and you can also eat more at breakfast. That will be fine for you. But on the other hand, if you are a office worker, then you probably sit more in front of the computer and you're less physical active. That means you don't need a lot of food compared to the construction worker. I personally have a pretty active and physical lifestyle, and my breakfast consists of coffee, and then I eat fibers and oats, actually in my own muesli, with some milk. I eat that 6 out of 7 days a week. I thereby avoid uncontrolled snacking in the hours before lunch because my blood sugar is stable thanks to the slow carbohydrates coming from the fibers in the muesli. Sometimes I also train early in the morning. It could be running, it could be going to the gym, and I definitely need to eat breakfast. Making breakfast a routine, helps strengthen your meal routines so you don't get casual about your meals. It's so important to sit down and eat a proper breakfast, even if it's only for 10 minutes. Like I said before, it doesn't necessarily lead to a weight loss to eat a breakfast, but it wakes up the metabolism. There is no perfect breakfast, but you should adjust your breakfast, the amount what you eat, to your lifestyle and your physical activity. Eating breakfast is also a practice of healthy meal routines, and eating a breakfast helps you avoid uncontrolled snacking before lunch because your blood sugar is more stable. Also, eating breakfast with some fruit maybe will give you minerals and vitamins. So in the coming videos we'll talk about healthy breakfast alternatives and also what to avoid. Until then, I wish you joyful eating.